All right, joining me now is our NHL analyst, Jamie McLennan. And Jamie, let's start with Linus Ullmark. He's going to win the Vezina Trophy this year. If you look at his record, it was ridiculous, just like Boston itself during the course of the regular season. But he came into this one a little bit questionable. He was dealing with an illness. What did you think of his performance?
I thought he was fantastic. And you're right. When you're kind of 50-50 whether you're going to play or not, sometimes you just need to get into the game to settle in. And that's exactly what Ullmark did, especially early on when the Florida Panthers, they pressed on him. He made a couple quality saves in the first period, allowed the Bruins to settle into the game. I wouldn't say settle their nerves down, but at least gave them an opportunity to get their game going, and then their big boys took over. But I thought Ullmark was rock solid when he needed to be, because the Bruins, they're a team. They generate a lot of chances, but they'll give up some chances as well. And like he's done all season long, Ullmark was there to make the big save at the right time with 31 saves.
Right, so while Ullmark was able to go, Patrice Bergeron was too under the weather. Didn't really make much of a difference, did it?
No, plug and play. That's all the Boston Bruins do. And Zacha slid into that role. And if you take a look at who produced for the Boston Bruins, well, it was their star players. It was Pastrnak on the power play, did a great job. Now, Bertuzzi puts it on a tee for him. That's a wide open net. Now, this is a little bit of a greasy one. Down the wall, Marchand throws it towards the net line. It goes through his glove. And then Jake DeBrusk does a good job identifying that puck's still loose. He gets inside position on Forsling and jams that in. So no Patrice Bergeron, but it's still Marchand, Pastrnak, and Jake DeBrusk getting it done up front. I talked about it, plug and play. This team, they are a juggernaut, and they continued on in that first game of the playoffs.
You know what's crazy? You've got the Boston Bruins, who obviously won the President's Trophy this year, facing Florida, who won it last year. And Sergei Bobrovsky led the team last year. He had 50 starts this year. They're paying him $10 million this year, $10 million next year, $10 million the next year after that, $10 million after that. Yet, they don't go with him. They go with the guy that had 15 games this year in Alex Line. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's hard to wrap your head around, but that is the difference between the Boston Bruins and Florida. And as you had mentioned, it was the big boys who ended up scoring. Thanks for this, Jamie. I appreciate it. Brad Marchand, with that goal, he continues to climb up the leaderboard, so to speak, when it comes to the Bruins and the most goals ever in the postseason. He's the second Bruin with 50 career playoff goals, joining Cam Neely, who had 55 in only 86 games. He's also the 8th active player to reach the mark. Marchand finished the regular season with only 1 goal in his final 18 games.